AfterBuzz TV Drag Race fans, we are about to discuss that crazy twist ending from All Stars Season 4, Episode 5. Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What happened to our disco ball?
Come on with the gag.
We have a disco ball.
We love a good reveal.
It's just lying around in Ronnie's house. He's got lots of stuff.
Jump to it.
Can't really jump.
Hi, AfterBuzz TV Drag Race fans. I am your host, 123 Jackie B. With me, Ronnie is back this week.
Hello.
1 week only.
Yeah, with my disco ball, and I am living for the Aretha Franklin. I'm in my disco vibe. Even though the song came out in 1982, let's suspend imagination. Yes.
Well, I wasn't born in 1982, but I got the disco ball. Hi, everybody. It's me, Jayla Roxx.
Hi guys, I'm Ollie Dreamer.
What, you guys, I'm so sorry to cut you off, but I'm getting us rolling.
Let's go.
Let's get that rolling. Let's get that ball
I
rolling.
loved this episode so much. What did you guys think of it? Like, initial thoughts?
Initial thoughts. This is the moment that I've been waiting for, like episode-wise, because at episode 1, I was like, we need a little bit more seasoning, but this is like it. We're getting to the end, close to the end. All the favorites are like staying there. They're fighting. I'm ready for it. Yeah.
I think I was mentioning this to you guys before we got in here. Like, I watched this with family, like with my mother, my sister. So they're not as like in tune with all the jokes, but still they were so here for it. You know, I think the lead up that we had with Cecily Strong into the roast, like, to me, that was one of the more seamless ones. So it was a great episode.
I like the fact that it was, well, first of all, everyone's excited that you're back, Ronnie, in the chat. This blowing up. Also, shout out to Mark. We love you. We miss you. Send Mark some love. But I'd have to say with this episode, I like that it was unpredictable. Like, I really didn't know where it was going. I thought someone was getting eliminated as per usual, but I wasn't expecting the twist. I thought someone was going home. So props to editing, because usually with editing, you can kind of see who's going home. So I thought it was
Also,
really
props to people not blasting the spoilers, because usually by
Yeah.
this point, somebody has leaked a spoiler on Twitter, and then I'm angry because I know what's happening. But this time, I didn't know what was happening.
Yeah.
So it was a
Yeah, I try to
pleasant
stay on
surprise.
social media on Fridays. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, because I know East Coast have already seen it. The queens are posting their looks. I'm like, okay, let me just stay off of it.
Yeah, I don't even want to see their looks.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't even wanna see the
I
looks.
follow
Yeah,
Monet.
Instagram, gotta stay off Instagram. And I want to tweet so bad with the fans and whatnot, but like I don't want to like upset anyone at the same time. It's hard because not everyone watches it at the same time too.
And you guys, you'll probably notice that Jason Carter's not here, who we promised last week. He had a job emergency, but we are going to invite him to come back, and he should be back at a different
Next
time.
week.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. So, what do you guys think of the fact that there has only been one mini challenge so far?
I don't even. It's been so like a different platform. I don't know. They try to do things different for All Stars, so I didn't even realize it.
Is it weird that I want them
like-
I want them to do a puppet mini challenge? The puppet mini challenge is one of my favorite mini challenges, and I'm like, I want a puppet mini challenge.
I kind of miss it because of, tradition.
Yeah.
But I will say that I can do without the mini challenge if we get more workroom and Ru with the girls. Like one or the other does work for me.
Yeah.
Now, I'd be upset if there was no mini challenge and we didn't see that as well. So that's kind of my counter.
Yeah, that wouldn't even be an episode. It would be a Hollow Slave Spectacular.
Oh my god, the shade of it.
May
Already,
may
not
we
even
never
5
forget.
minutes.
I think also, I don't mind the mini challenges being on because we have more time for like the workroom, and also we have to also squeeze in that time of the kind of like the backstage untucked a little bit, so that kind of
I think that's what it
that's
is.
more
Yeah.
entertaining
They've
than a
added
mini
the-
challenge.
Oh, no. Really?
What?
I absolutely wholeheartedly don't agree with that.
You don't like that?
Well, I'm not saying that I need a mini challenge. Like, that's not a for sure, like we said. But I think oftentimes I'm like, I don't like this format. Like, and we'll get to it in a little bit of my feelings of somebody who is just out of her mind. And I'm like, that's such a waste of television, in my opinion. Okay. Yeah. So
I'm excited to talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, were you guys
I don't want to jump the
excited?
gun.
Mark told me one of his favorite things was now Ru is back in the workroom chatting with people, so you can kind of get a sense of how people are going to do. And the one that stood out to me was when Monique got to pick the order of everyone. And so she was kind of trying to do it so it would work out best for her.
For her favor, right.
And she put Manila last. And Manila was making Ru crack up in the workroom. And so then she was having this moment of
the
shit.
stone cold face they show her.
Yeah.
She's like, what did I just do? Backfired.
And and then we'll get to this. I don't agree with her being in the bottom, but it's like that you kind of get to suss out, not only as an audience we're sussing out like who might do well, who might not do well, but then the people in the room are sussing out their competition when Ru goes through as well. Like you could kind of tell that Valentina probably wasn't going to do well because the jokes with Ru were just awful.
And what do you guys do in that situation? I mean, as performers or whatnot, it seems like you should just put your game face on. Like, I love Monique, but she shouldn't be looking at Manila because you don't want to give yourself anything in that workroom to, like, distract you from your game.
I wouldn't be able to, like, I would be that person who's, like, looking around being like, I wonder how they're going to do, you know? You kind of psych yourself out.
I think it's natural, but I would say, like, I would hope that I could tell myself not to because that you do psych yourself out. And it's curiosity. You want to know, oh, there goes Monet, cackling.
Yeah.
I would be like Alaska when she sat under the table while everybody else is doing their thing.
I thought that was Laganja.
Or Laganja. Sorry, comments. Don't eat me up. Don't eat me up. Yeah, I would do that.
Well, I also think like a lot of people were looking at Manila this week because Manila knows Lady Bunny the best out of the other competitors, right? Because they went on tour date with their friends. So I think that's another reason.
They were born in the same year.
Ronnie's
That ain't
back
fair.
with the
I'm the same age
I'm old
as
too. I was gonna say
Manila.
I'm old too. When she said she wasn't born in '82, I was like, oh.
Yeah,
I was
94.
I was like, Naomi of it all. Oh my gosh. Anyway.
Did you guys have any favorite moments from the workroom?
I don't remember. But I will say, before we go on, I kind of missed Ru being in the workroom because we didn't see Ru in Snatch Game. Correct me if I'm wrong. He didn't come in for Snatch Game to
No,
like
I don't think so,
evaluate.
no.
That was kind of a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
It was more so the girls were evaluating each other for drama.
Yes.
Out of all of the seasons, I feel like the workroom, his walk around this season, this episode was like one of my favorites because he was like kind of relaxed. He was laughing with them. He was having fun, and he wasn't always like, "So, what are you gonna do?" Like very robot.
Yeah.
Oh, you like that?
I do.
Robot.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
But it was like he was like lax. Maybe they were smoking before or something. Because they did say that Monet was high.
And he had that butterfly outfit on. I love that butterfly
and tinted
suit.
sunglasses.
Yeah, that was a great outfit. So the challenge this week was to do a roast of Lady Bunny.
Sick in the soup.
I
No, someone in the chat just said sick in the soup.
sick in the soup.
Instead of dick in the soup.
Sick in the soup.
sorry.
Yeah.
It's the
I came
autocorrect.
back for the Campbell's chunky dick in the soup.
We
Jayla,
out.
where is
we
it?
out, girl. We out.
Okay.
We'll have more next week.
So I thought we should just go through the list of people and how they performed. First up was Monet, who killed it. It was like zinger after zinger after zinger. Monet was my favorite in this one because I was like, you
She was your
just kept
favorite?
laughing. My favorite in the challenge.
Out of all of them.
Out of all of them. Because I think pacing is a thing too. And so while I do think like Manila was funny, I think Monique was funny. I think Monet's pacing, Monet understands like that comedian boom, 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 boom pacing.
Well, she
where-
hosts like 7 days a week, so she has to keep that momentum going and leaving the room for the audience to laugh and all that fun stuff. So there is a formula.
Yeah,
But was she my favorite?
She was up there in my favorite. Obviously, I always stand for her. The things that I liked about her specifically, though, were, when we see someone else bomb by doing like a Naomi type thing, where it's like, oh, I'm gonna do age and I'm gonna do bloated bitch type thing. What I loved about Monet is she was able to hit all of those things with little aspects like, oh, she was patient zero, of course, referencing being old. Her real name was Methuselah, referencing the biblical, beginnings of time type thing. Beyonce twins, like she was able to do all the stuff that other girls tried to do on the easier side, but she did it where it hit you kind of in the back of the head, which I really enjoyed.
She was a verse queen. She was versatile in her comedy, and that was great. I loved it.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Jayla. Though
She's not versatile anywhere else, though.
Yeah.
Definitely, she's like. I think she was the second best in terms of in the pack for me.
Okay. Well, we have Trinity.
She's going to kill us after this. Okay, that's her eyes twitching over there.
Yeah, it is. It is. We had Trinity, who I loved the makeup gag.
Oh my god!
Yes.
I love that
no.
makeup gag.
That's what I put.
But then the jokes are so bad, and it's like I forget who was commenting that about how Trinity did so good as Caitlyn Jenner and then so bad in this.
Manila.
It's so crazy that you can be so funny in one skit and not funny in another. And this isn't even improv. It's like you're writing stuff down, like you have your jokes prepared. So it's the same amount of preparation.
Yeah.
Even actually, like Caitlyn Jenner is harder because of the improv factor.
Improv and you're impersonating someone at the same
Do you
time.
think we were being more forgiving of the Caitlyn Jenner? I don't know. I'm being honest with you guys. I wasn't here on the panel that day. I didn't love the Caitlyn Jenner. I don't think it was the best that week. So I'm just saying in sense of reference. You guys all did.
I thought
did.
it was
No,
the
I
best.
actually agree with you. I actually agree with you.
I thought she had like a one-trick pony type thing. You know, it was
No,
really
I agree with you.
not like when you think of Caitlyn Jenner, you want to think of like when she got read by Amanda Seales at the Katy Perry Facebook thing.
table, yeah.
And that's a certain thing. Anyways, I don't want to go backwards, but what I will say is, oh my God, Jacque, completely agreeing with you in my notes here. That I love the look, and I actually wrote in the notes that I wish she would have leaned into the notes. I think there was something off camera when she was waiting. I think it was Lady Bunny who read her quickly, and she had that face, and she hit us with the laugh, and I was like, oh, she should have totally used all physical comedy and leaned into that look. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a shame that she didn't do that well because she is a funny queen. She's a pageant queen, but she has been funny in like all past
she's been
challenges,
funny.
even on her season with the children,
Yeah.
and the 9021 Ho. Like she is to me, she's a comedy queen. So to see her like fall this week, it was really like disheartening just to watch that.
Yeah, where are the jokes, girl?
Where
Where are the jokes,
now,
girl?
now we have to say that to her, girl.
I'm pretty sure she said it to herself too. So.
Oh.
So Monique, in contrast, did lean into the look, and I think that was if you are not a person who's good at like writing down jokes, whereas because Monique's funny, but Monique's more funny like off the cuff. In her what. I forgot what they call those side comments.
Commentary,
commentary,
confessionals.
Yeah, the confessionals.
She has been the confessional queen, the meme queen this season.
Yeah, like she's really funny in the confessionals. But I understand it's harder to like construct a joke like that, and so I think she did the right thing, which was like set up a character, lean into the character. And I thought it was hilarious.
Where was this attitude and this energy for Snatch Game? I didn't want to see. That's why she's my favorite. I put down because we didn't see Monique in Snatch Game. We saw, Tiffany Haddish in Snatch.
Right.
We saw her
Monique.
Monique in a white dress.
Right.
Yeah.
So this one, she actually played a character, committed to the character, and she gave it all, and it was funny. I enjoyed it. She's my favorite.
I think with Monique, like she's such a funny queen when she's like not trying to be funny. You know what I'm trying? When you're trying to be funny, then it's kind of like maybe this is what Trinity like her problem was. Like she was trying so hard to be funny, which is okay. A lot of
think
queens.
of the Jasmine's thing from the first episode where it's like she is funny, but then when she tried to construct the jokes, it didn't quite work out.
Yeah.
Ooh, although yes, and yes, but I would hate to put Jasmine in the category of Monique though, because I think Jasmine missed the bus. I don't think Monique missed the bus on this one.
No.
Oh, I don't. I was just saying that like when you're trying to be funny versus when you're being funny off the cuff, it can be harder.
True.
Yeah.
True. The only thing I was gonna say in my notes is that I actually really enjoyed it, and the only thing that I would have said is, as I think Michelle made the great comment, like you could have taken more time with it. And I was thinking, remember watching Coming to America, and Arsenio Hall has that Reverend scene. He was very similar to what Monique was giving us, except in that scene on the Coming to America movie, he takes a lot more time. He walks away from the mic. So really, if Monique would have done even just that, she would have came back where the physical comedy would have met the jokes, and she could have been the winner. So as much as I love Monet, I really actually was very intrigued with all of what she did and her indigestion joke and grabbing of the chest. I really liked Monique in this one. Yes.
The boobs bouncing.
The boobs bouncing. So funny. Naomi, I just wrote "Oh no" because it was like the whole thing I was watching through my hands. It just kept getting worse and worse. And the thing is, she had a good idea where it's like I believe she's the youngest queen there. So she had a good shtick where she could make the millennial jokes against Lady Bunny being so old, but
she missed the bus too.
She missed the bus.
She's out there in the bus stop with Roxy.
And then sometimes,
Oh no, Jayla, no,
Girl.
not today, no.
She was waiting. She
it's
was storing
Sunday.
that one. She was ready.
I was waiting last week to say this.
I wish you would have met Kenny because that's his favorite show. Sometime in the future. I also noticed that like when people make jokes about Ru, that they just don't nail, you get like this horrible look from Ru and Michelle on the panel, and I'm like, you do not want that look.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna make the Ru joke, make sure it's like a good Ru joke that Ru is actually gonna laugh at, because otherwise, like, you've sunk even lower than you might have been in the middle.
Yeah. Everyone. Oh, are you talking about Naomi? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like everyone in the chat's bringing up how she was like laughing because she thought she was doing well.
Yeah.
Which was kind of like even more awkward to watch.
Right.
It's kind of just like do the pheromone thing when you're just like, if you're not funny, then don't
Then
laugh.
just fall.
And I think she was doing that because she knew she was bombing. So it's kind of like to get some of that heat off you. But, oh my God, Naomi, my girl, my queen, is just bombing. Well, she's not bombing this season, but I don't think she's gonna stick around any time longer. Personally,
I don't think so.
She's
either.
not winning anything, and it upsets me.
I'm gonna wait till the end. Okay.
So,
So
my Naomi.
So Valentina, I just wrote, what? Because I just didn't understand what was happening at all. I was so confused.
Yeah. I put Shangela's quote. That's all. That's because for reference. Last season when she said y'all told her that she was funny, like the internet told her that she was funny. I don't know who she was talking to. Trixie.
Yeah.
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 I blame y'all.
Well, and the thing that was sad to me is because I thought she did such a good job in the last episode that I was like, okay, maybe we're getting psyched up for her to do something, for her to kill the challenge again this week and really get it. And then when Ru talked to her in the workroom, I was like, oh no. This does not seem good.
The whole thing with her eye makeup, remember when she took them off? Like,
That-
I think she should have played with that. She actually should have, like, I don't think she should have pulled that off better. Like, I thought that could have worked to not have makeup on, personally, but she didn't.
That whole thing was terrible. It was the same, it was kind of along the same veins of what happened with the mask. It's like,
But that could have been funny, you know?
Yeah, but you're doing something out of, pure laziness, basically. You admitted the fact that you didn't prepare properly, and now you're just you just look like a fool because you didn't prepare properly.
But she was the first one to get ready. She said, "I'm not talking to anyone. I'm getting ready."
Yeah,
You're
but
the first one.
Talk and actions are a different thing, and I think that's what we're seeing with her. And she's saying things this is later, of course, like, "Oh, we're both the pageant." This she's just delusional. I am a little bit tired of it, and I was very unamused and. Yeah.
She could have even done what, not that I'm saying that she should have copied Trinity, but if you're rushed for time, girl, just smear your makeup on your eyes and do a crying look or something. Don't look like you got two little dots for eyes, because that's how it came out. I was like, what is this? And it was kind of it was kind of the same annoyance I had with the deconstructed outfit, where I was like, this isn't you had a thought and you totally didn't finish your thought. And
agree with that, because that was close. I felt like if she would have got it, it would have been freaking amazing.
But I think she feels like she got it.
Yeah.
Like when she's getting it made, before she gets it, she's like, "Oh, I'm about to gag the children," and then it comes to us, and we're like,
yeah. As a viewer, I'm getting tired of the fantasy. I really am.
She's just not a comedy queen. I think the only time she was funny was her Snatch Game season. That was she did a good job.
My only favorite part of her this entire episode is when Ru asked her a question about what type of queen are you. She goes, "I'm a star." I can respect that. Just boldness, But everything else, I was just really. I was hoping there wouldn't be the twist, and I was ready to see her pack her bags and jump on over to Angela's rent, which I'm not even a happy camper about that to begin with.
They're gonna eat you up in the comments.
Oh, why do they like it? Do they like this girl?
Oh, they love Valentina.
Oh, you can't be.
Well, I'm an old head,
It's just
so
it's just
I'm voting for Lady Bunny.
You already know.
That's what I put. You
already know how toxic some of the fandom is. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
No, Ollie, they love me.
No, some of the fan base in Drag Race, with some of the girls. Don't.
True.
You
Valentina
guys,
fans.
it's just what I always say. Just say that's not my cup of tea. That's not my cup of tea.
They're still gonna drag us.
Well,
She knows.
she's kind of apologizing to her fans right now, because they've been sending Monique and Monet really racial comments again based off of stuff they.
Y'all have to stop doing that. Just across the board, because it seems to happen every time that someone's favorite queen who is not black gets does bad in a challenge.
Yeah.
Then they want to just randomly pick on whoever the black queen happens to be. It's not okay.
That was season 10. That was happened all the time. It was sad.
Yeah, you're right. We have to move forward from it.
So Manila, I thought the shtick was good coming in with the kind of like Spanish morning outfit, and then this bad smell thing that she did was hilarious. And she, again, it's like we knew she was going to do well in this, and maybe I don't know, maybe that's why I thought she was good. I definitely thought she deserved to be in the top, but maybe that's why I was wowed more by Monet and Monique because
You expected it from her.
I expected it from her.
But you know what? It took her. I think she's like an Avenger this episode because like Latrice is gone. She's like, I'm gonna do this for you, and she turned it up. And I put flawless victory. Amazing.
Yeah, and it's like you're competing with your best friend basically. Now that her best friend's gone,
You
she's
can
like,
focus.
yeah, exactly. So I think she was funny. Like I knew I knew she was gonna win as soon as she like had the umbrella. She like looked at Lady Bunny in her corpse, and then she's like, ooh. Like I knew right there and then she got it.
Owned the stage presence. Even like we talked about delivery. I can't remember who we were saying, but like if they would take their time and make sure the jokes hit. I mean, just the confidence to be like dearly beloved and then throw that diss to Michelle Visage. Like the way it was done, it was really cute, and she really didn't fall from that point. So yeah, she was definitely a knockout in this one.
So let's move to the Angelic White runway. Oh my gosh, you guys, this runway was amazing. I loved it. It was everything. No bottoms, because they were just the best outfits.
Why are you looking at Ronnie when you said that?
I'm trying to look at everyone.
One day back and they gonna get me. Okay.
So the first outfit was Trinity, and there were a lot of people who kind of leaned into this Greek goddess
I believe
thing.
it was Monet was the first one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Monet.
It is in the notes, actually. So let's not skip Monet because that was actually my favorite one. So
Yes.
Monet is the first.
I'm loving the new Jacque because you're going hard for my Monet, and I love the Monet. This is great.
I love Monet. I just, you know what? In her season, her outfits were kind of meh to me.
we discussed that, how she always misses the mark by a smudge.
And
She got the mark. She got on the bus.
I love that. I love that because there were so many like Greek goddess outfits. I love that it was something different. I love that it was like a sexy pope.
It's
The Met Gala.
Diego Montoya.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say Diego Montoya.
She looks so gorgeous. This is her at her best, and I was.
And then her outfit turned into a runway. Like,
Yes.
That was
amazing.
That was
amazing.
good. And then I just love the touch of red in her contacts. Like that was beautiful.
Well, I'm gonna sound like Jacque for a little bit, so I watched it in HD in my 4K, and the bead work on that was amazing.
It was amazing.
Did you see it in your 4K
Yes.
HD TV?
I am jealous.
I could pick those beads out with my fingers.
Yeah, I'm just happy. This is the best she's ever looked to me, and I've always like read her for her looks. I know, like Ronnie. I'm so happy that you're here because like I'm just praising her because this is the best. This is my favorite of the week for sure.
Well, and it's good to see an improvement. Even when I do this show, I try not to over-gas Monet because everyone's like, oh, of course you like her. But it's so great when she kind of does meet that expectation. And, that excuse that people don't want to hear, I do think it matters. Like, when you talk about someone like her who didn't have much money going into season 10 and like what that shift is like, I hate that everyone says, no, it's not an excuse because you guys, it is a valid excuse that now season 10 you could come with the construction. What was the one where she had like the leather bike looking?
The boots look, yeah.
And with the long torso, it was like black and blue. Oh my! That's not what she had economically for season 10.
Yeah.
So it does matter, and of course I'm here for it.
You got that coin now.
Yeah. Come on, Sponge. You can give me.
Exchange. Soak it up.
Can't she do another sponge, you guys?
No.
You guys, I don't.
We don't want no more cows.
Okay, I'm gonna shut my mouth. I'm only a guest.
You can only push your brand so much.
But now I do have to say this: it's an amazing look, but girl, a leotard again.
But the headdress.
I was okay with it. I was okay with it because she had that huge cape train.
Yeah.
So I kind of felt like she maybe thought that she wanted to break up the look with showing some of her nude like skin.
Both of you aren't wrong because I could see it, but I also really it was more of an entire effect that was given.
Yeah. And there's lots of detail in it. In
It's
your
detail,
TV,
but they're
in your
gonna-
4K, each
But they were
two.
like Michelle. I'm surprised Michelle didn't say, "Girl, a leotard," because she's very like it takes a lot to impress Michelle. So this would be good, and she said it was one of her great looks. So, hey, maybe the detail kind of saved her from the leotard.
Well, next is Trinity. And Trinity was one of the. That's not Trinity. Yeah. So
I don't want to
Trinity-
read my comments for what I put for this.
Trinity leaned into the Greek goddess thing, which that was fine. It was like a lot of people interpreted it that way as kind of like angel, heaven, goddess kind of thing. I thought she looked beautiful. It was just middle of the road for me, but like none of these were bad. I didn't think.
Yeah, I agree. I like the headdress. Like, it really reminds me a lot of Cameron's look.
Although it was weird, what didn't Rue tell her like this is the top of drag or whatever? And I was like, why are you not talking to Monet?
Listen, Jackie, that comment is what detoured me because like I was like okay with it, and then when I heard that, because you saw it on I guess the trailer or the tease or something like that.
Yeah.
And then when it ended up that it was her, that really like
It was very confusing.
it threw me off as to like I'm like, but I'm not seeing it, Rue. Especially you guys, she's the body queen, and like we're kind of not really getting much body. It's Angelic, I get it, but maybe if she could have done that exact thing, but we could have still got the essence of Trinity and body spelled with a W. You know what I mean?
Take the dog off. This part.
Take the dog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
The
okay,
white
I
fleece.
am going to read my comment. I put Cameron Michaels on eBay.
Oh my! Was this the quote of the week for the hosts?
Oh, no.
Don't
It's
you
like
do, I love Trinity,
what I
but oh.
ordered versus what arrived memes.
Cameron's...
What did you say?
It is a very Cameron
Am I
Michaels
gagging the
look,
kids right now? I'm
though.
sorry.
It's a very Cameron Michaels look now that I think about it.
I'm glad-
but it's a Cameron Michaels category.
But all of this looks very like, season 5 promo looks. The goddess, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one who thought that about Cameron.
Yeah.
Well, next was Monique.
Yeah, they all.
Yes. Monique, the thing that I loved about this dress was the headdress. The headdress that everyone was kind of gagging over. It was just beautiful. I know that she likes to do that, like the heart thing. That
Wrong side.
You've been
Yeah.
you've been seeing that a lot this season. A lot of queens have been using like a heart. Like, it's kind of annoying.
Yeah,
Stop.
that I mean,
Yeah.
the only thing I would say is like I think I would like it better. Like maybe that would have even like managed to be in my top 2 if that giant heart wasn't there. I just thought it was too much.
Could you have done the heart, but then some of the other? I guess what it was that they were blinds. Like, could you know what I mean? Like, could you have done the heart and the beautiful, the headdress, but everything else toned down?
It's because the
having
headdress I feel like should be highlighted because it's so beautiful that it's like you have this heart that looks like it's creeping up to attack the headdress. There was a story going on there that I
Yeah.
was like,
I like the blinds. I didn't know they were blinds.
Yeah.
That's what I can appreciate about Monique. She doesn't have
She's
to
a
spend...
craft queen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I think to me, like overall, it just didn't. It looked a little messy. Like I was looking at too many different things, like the heart, the headdress, and the blinds. It was just. It's not bad, but it was my least favorite.
It's great. Oh, I was highly into it, and I feel bad, you guys, because I can't put it into words, because I do think there are too many elements there, and I'm like kind of struggling with like what it is. And I've watched the episode 3 times, but like I still love it so much. Like I feel like there is an essence of creativity, and the heart doesn't bother me.
Because you don't get to see this from her. That's why.
I mean, could it be? I mean, just even everything from the makeup to just like maybe it's just her. Like she's selling it to me. She's
It's not
like,
bad.
you know,
I just don't see
I'm
it.
not getting curtains no more. I'm getting blinds because
Yeah.
Monique told me like that kind of a deal.
Yeah.
I think it's just not a clear concept. That's just, which is like what I'm losing from her. Yeah.
well, next is Naomi, which was amazing because Prince died last year, and having a Prince outfit was. I thought that was great,
This is
especially.
pushing 2 years now, I think.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's
I
I
think
have no
that-
concept of time.
me either. I feel like this is something that he will wear, like in heaven.
Yeah.
Like, with the asses out
Yeah.
and everything.
It's very cool. It's very cool, very Prince. I loved it. And also because it was different. It was like it's. I'm assuming that Naomi really likes Prince, so I liked the idea of doing an homage rather than just seeing another like Grecian goddess.
You
kind of
see
thing.
Prince and Naomi because she's
Yeah.
showing off her legs, and
Yeah.
that guitar, sick.
Yeah.
Where
That
did
is,
she
like-
get that from?
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
like,
know.
I will be gagged if it's really his, but.
Oh, so I'm the only one who didn't love it.
What?
I just feel like it was like
It wasn't a Greek goddess though.
But it
Come
didn't.
on.
It didn't have. I'm not pushing for that. It didn't have to be it. But it did feel like a little bit misused. Like I don't know. It just. I mean, maybe that could have been her snatch game. Like I just am not. I'm curious to know what happened behind the scenes in the workroom. Like, was this her first go at the category, which was what, white fantasy, or what was the actual
Angelic White.
Angelic White?
And Prince is an angel now, so
totally and for sure, but that's it.
Okay, but, and then we see another leotard. So
yeah, I'm sort of okay with that just because of the leg game that she plays.
Okay.
I can go with that.
So Valentina's next. It was pretty. Like, it was pretty.
Beautiful gowns, in the word of Aretha Franklin.
Yeah.
When she has nothing else to say, she just says, beautiful gowns. I think she should have wore this for Patted the House Down.
Yeah.
Because it's all padded and quilted, and that looks great.
Yeah. I mean, she looks great.
The construction up top looks a little like heavy, or like it's overbearing her, her shoulders and I don't know. Actually, I'll say this because there's so many elements of it being beautiful.
So Ronnie didn't like anything.
No. I like the one that didn't, Monique, and no one liked that, and I love Monet as well. And Manila as well. But what I was gonna say is, it just anytime they lead with this garment is more than your life, like it seems like she's resting on the laurels of like how much it is, and I think she loses the essence of being like a queen that could just dominate the room. Like that's great for like a photo shoot, but that's not going to be a great runway experience.
Yeah, I love that you bring that up. You can have like the best designer dresses in the world, but you're not rocking it. Like even like in her entrance for the season or episode 1, she was like, I have a Dior hat, and I'm like, okay, but are you gonna rock it? Like, come on. Like, Valentina, you're one of the most beautiful queens we've ever seen, but I'm just not here for her looks this season. Like,
she's done okay, but this one wasn't it for me. She's been like very hit and miss.
Like I love everything below the shoulders. I'm not a fan of. Like, I love her face. She paints beautiful. The hair.
So you just want a floating head.
I mean, why
just
not?
Come on out, girl. Come on out.
So Manila was next.
That should be a challenge.
I love this look too. I mean, she did the Greek goddess thing as well, but I thought she looked beautiful. It was like very kind of like Versace inspired.
Yeah, Versace inspired season 5 promo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that
Go Google it. Go back and look at it, and you
and
just
it
stick her in that picture, and you'll be like, there you go.
I think looking at it now, I think it's a lot better than Trinity's. Yeah? No? Crickets?
I just no. I was gonna say I loved it, and we always give the kudos to Naomi for legs for days. Like I don't know, she's just giving us great leg. I am used to seeing Manila in the darker hair, so like when she hit us, I think it was like the combination of hitting us with the category being white goddess type and the blonde hair. Like I opened my eyes bigger when she walked through that runway. So that's pretty special.
I would like to see her as like a white pineapple. Like a pineapple, like the way that Valentina's dress was like pineapple-y.
Yeah.
If she would have been like the white pineapple, I'd have been like, okay, it's still like true
something
to Manila.
quirky.
Yeah. But I don't have the money to pay for this stuff, so we're just giving like our opinions. Okay, don't come eating us up. Okay.
Real quick, the chat brought up Manila's period dress. Did you guys get to see that?
Yeah.
She was supposed to have the period inspired
like
for the
pad,
paddage, but Rue didn't like it because it was in bad taste or something, so that wasn't shown. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
But it was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
Now, what does bad taste mean? Like,
Exactly. That's questionable.
Menstrual madness? I don't know.
but we can see pit crew dick all week.
Yeah, but that's
right?
smoothed out. That's not like you don't see a helmet. You only see the smooth.
Maybe
But
that's
it
why.
wasn't even blood. It was just red fabric.
Sorry, I was just I was defending the pit crew boys.
Okay.
That was my priority, Jayla.
I don't know what's happening. But anyway, so
Sorry, I brought that up.
So the first
It's touchy.
the first kind of shock we get is when we have our lip sync, which was amazing, and I still like this is another like dick in the soup thing because like I think Monet clearly won that lip sync.
Yeah,
I agree.
true.
I agree.
And then Rue was like, "You both win. Nobody goes home." I was like, "Okay, but Monet won the lip sync. Can we at least just say that if you're going to say everybody is staying?"
Yeah, but to draw it out. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, agree.
Then so everybody else, all four other queens are in the bottom, which seemed crazy to me because I'm like, okay, Monique did not do poorly enough to be in the bottom.
In the bottom, yeah.
And so that was really frustrating. But it was interesting because for me, we are at this point where it's like you are kind of splitting hairs to see like who you would pick as going home. And Valentina had this like huge argument as to why like she shouldn't be in the bottom, but I was like, actually, to me it is between her and Naomi, because like when you start to look at the track record, and if you were like adding up points,
and that's what Manila
where
said.
it would
She's
be.
like, everybody's like, kind of fell by the wayside anyway.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm also open to the idea, like, you know how people kind of came from Manila because she was gonna try to defend Latrice. Like, it's a game. I don't think you have to like do either or. Like even Monet got, I do love me the Monet, but Monet got a little mad that Latrice was going to stay, I was gonna go, and now I'm coming for her. I don't think anything's wrong with that. I think having a general report card is something you could stand on. But listen, if this is all of the people that are you're writing for, and you want to kind of help your game, why wouldn't you make a swift move like that?
I kind of want to see more big moves. Like,
well,
honestly,
that's what I'm saying. Like once they get down to I'm sorry, they get down to like all of our favorites. So I'm like, I don't know who they're gonna send home.
I mean, why is everyone complaining when All Stars 2 we saved Roxy how many times? She did not deserve to be there.
I know, but I love Roxy.
Still
though.
to my day,
She's here to make it clear.
kept Roxy. I'm sorry, this is old news. Over Alyssa and Tatiana twice. Get out of here.
Okay,
Bye.
you're right.
I'm still bitter about Pandora going home first on the first All Stars.
Oh God,
so that's
the
where I'm
forgotten season.
There was an All Stars 1.
Yeah, it had a grainy background. Yeah.
Oh, I was born in '94, so I don't.
I was born last year.
God.
Oh,
And
boy.
so then the second twist is that the other queens have come back, and the All Stars rules are stopped now.
Yeah.
So I assume that means that Ru is now at liberty. Ru is like going to be the one, like it's going to be a lip sync for your life, and Ru is picking who's going home.
I think it's the eliminated queens get to be the judges now.
Oh no! Oh, I was.
Because I seen a little bit of the next week, and they were all like had different outfits on, like
Yeah.
click clacking on lipsticks.
God.
So
You
maybe
guys, that would be so unfair, though. I think it's the queens that have lost are coming back, and they are lip syncing for their lives to take
To
out
switch
somebody,
up.
to take out Farrah, basically.
to take out Farrah.
What's going
You
on?
think
I
she's
don't
a
even know.
comeback queen?
Farrah ain't got no chance. She's going right home.
Latrice is coming
Yeah.
back.
I say
True.
Latrice or Jasmine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense to me.
Ooh, I would love
Makes
Jasmine
sense to
back.
But you
That
know
ain't
what?
happening.
In all like Drag Race, when you get brought back, you go right back out. It's happened
True.
every season.
Yeah.
I was a little disappointed, you guys.
It's
that
just an excuse. I mean, bringing back the queens is just an excuse for the fans of those queens to get excited
Yeah.
and to really keep watching now that even though their queen has left,
Was anybody, and this is a question for iTunes and also YouTube, was anyone disappointed that this was the episode that they say they did a no elimination? It reminded me of when Eureka and Cameron got to stay, and while I love Cameron, hate Eureka, I really was like, oh my God, there's two that can go. Like, they were both ready to go. And so I felt like in this episode, as you were saying a second ago, like it was clear cut. Like, and I love Naomi, but she could have went. And Valentina, she could have went as well. I just didn't like it this week. I'm going to be devastated if Monet's up. Eventually, what I'm saying?
I think what happened was that they both had the lip sync for Valentina, and Ru found out, or the producers dick in the soup. They're like,
Exactly.
oh no, we got
That's what I
to
think.
suspending.
what I
Everyone's saying
think.
that's what I think. Genuinely, we'll
They
see.
said,
We'll
'cause if
see.
Valentina goes home, we're going to lose our viewers.
We'll see what lipsticks they had.
But then they sent Latrice home in the last episode, and I like that. Latrice
She's
is one of my
expendable.
favorites.
But I think it's just like we need that huge loss just to make it dramatic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it raises the stakes.
Yeah, like how you said that last week. Yeah.
So we're running out of time, but any last thoughts on what you guys think is going to happen as far as like the twist? Because it seems like every time there's a twist like this, there's a different rule. Like maybe there's teams, or maybe something else happens.
Well, I just want to see more Stacey Lane Matthews. She is the real all-star
She's
here,
fun.
okay?
Can she
she's
lip sync? Can she
Yes,
jump back
she's
in?
down.
She's fun. I like that she's like the spirit animal of the competition. So fans of the week, there are two. One is Amy Nooney. Apologies if I said that wrong. But they commented and said that our chemistry was fun and balanced, and they're enjoying the addition of Jayla. So,
Oh, thank you guys.
yeah. So
They
thank
love
you.
it.
We're probably not after my comments from today.
So thank you for enjoying. And then the next one is Robbie Smith, who was gagged, but when Ollie pulled out a bottle of champagne on the last episode. So we're glad you enjoyed that.
We bring out champagne, disco
Yes,
balls.
we
You
are
never
the meme
know.
queens.
Yeah. All
And
that.
my quote of the week is, the wheel has already been invented, so just do your wheel. Which I like
live
that
by
comment.
that.
I
I
thought
live
that
by
was
that.
good advice. I thought it was
I
good
like
advice.
the flashback of Lady Bunny saying, I wasn't in the football team or something, but I love taking a pounding. Like, only because, like, I listened to Lady Bunny's
Relatable.
What's the Tea? It's just so quintessential Lady Bunny. And I just loved seeing her. Just my last thoughts. I loved seeing her in this episode, you guys. I was really all the way here for it. It's been missed. She hasn't been
Yeah.
on a couple seasons, and she's just...
She should
It
have
was
been.
refreshing.
She should have been a guest judge.
Yeah, her joke about, oh, I'm glad you're alive. And then she goes, I'm not glad that you're alive, Rue. It's so good, and I eat it up, and I love it.
Well, next week we'll have Jason. You can find me at 123 Jackie B on all platforms. Thank you, Ronnie, for joining us.
Hi.
Where can people find you?
All right, well, I'm Monet's #1 stan. My name is Ronnie Jr. My social media is at randomlyrj. Thank you for allowing me to chit-chat with the girls.
Of course.
Oh,
And you
so
guys can watch me flex it on the ground with my disco ball. That Ronnie
Yes,
Rock
girl.
girls. Follow me at Who is Jayla Roxx on Instagram. 3 of you nasty.
Yes, guys, I will follow you. Oh, I'm already following you.
Yeah.
I'm Ollie
Because you
Drennan.
nasty.
I'm Ollie Drennan. Follow me on all social media platforms at Ollie Dreamer. And guys, remember, no spoilers in the chat or in the comments. We don't do that here.
Thanks, you guys. See you next week.
Bye.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.